Hi there, and welcome to this week's edition of Top End Track Talk. I'm Andrew O'Toole, and today we'll be having a look at this coming Saturday's meeting here from Fanny Bay, which will be the 10th of September. The third successive meeting held in Darwin has attracted some excellent fields, not surprising when there will be no racing in the top end for the next 3 weeks. The track will be undergoing some remedial work next week, and new sand will be added to the surface in advance of the wet season. A total of 43 horses have accepted in the 5 races, and 4 of the 5 have each way betting. Only the 0 to 64 11 has a smaller field of 6 runners. The first race is timed to go at a fairly late 3:27 p.m, while the last of the 5 is scheduled to jump at 5:50 p.m. In the first, the Tab Handicap, it's a 0 to 58, and it's over the 1,300 metres. My numbers are 4, 7 and 5. Good race to kick off the day, and I'm going here with number 4, Afternoon Tea, trained by Phil Cole. Phil had a great weekend last weekend. He won the Birdsville Cup, obviously at Birdsville, and had some good success down there, so well done to him. And Wayne Davis takes him out here on Afternoon Tea. I'm looking for it to turn the tables on the horse that beat it last time, and Mr. Boom Jangles. It led last time, Afternoon Tea. Wayno reckons the horse is a far better horse when he's got something to chase, and from the barrier of 7, I think he'll get that opportunity come Saturday. He was a good winner at Catherine 2 starts back, only just beaten a very, very narrow margin by Mr. Boom Jangles last time, caught right on the line after leading, and I think with even running he can turn the tables on number 7, Mr. Boom Jangles, my second selection. Jade Hampson returns to the top end. She's been over riding in Kununurra, had good success over there too, Jade. She rode a treble at Kununurra last week, so she's back in Darwin, takes them out here on Mr. Boom Jangles for Tayan Halter. Tayan also had a good weekend with those 3 winners in the West, and of course she also won a race here with Canton Kid. Mr. Boom Jangles, he's a bit of a specialist over this trip of 1,300. He's won 5 times, and I've got him right in the mix here. And in for third, number 5, Fraction Late. David Bates trains. Paul Shires goes on. And I think going up in trip and having Sharesy aboard will bring Fraction Late right into the finish here. So my numbers in the first, 4, 7 and 5. The second, the Sitzler Trobus Class 2 Handicap. This over the 1,200 metres for the Class 2 Gallopers. Numbers here are 4, 1 and 2. Going here with a very much in form number 4, Champs Dior, trained by Chris Nash. He's having a pretty good run with his little team, and Stan Sakos has got a pretty good rapport with this mare, Champs Dior. Her last 4 starts, a third, a win at Catherine, and then 2 good second placings behind Minister, and then Canton Kid. She really hit the line solidly last week, or two starts back, and then last time out was a good run again. Goes up in trip, I don't think that'll worry her, and she's racing that well that I think she'll take a power of beating once again. Number 4 on top. To beat 1, Blueberry Boy. Sonia Wiseman for Tom Logan, racing well. Bad draw to overcome. It's drawn 11, so that makes the task a little more tricky, but last 2 runs have been good behind Don't Say It and Seek 'Em, and should be right in the mix once again. And in for third, another with a bad draw, number 2, Wild Rover, trained by Tayan Halter, and Paul Shires aboard. Racing consistently, doesn't win out of turn, and that barrier draw just makes it that little bit trickier. But my numbers in the second, 4, 1 and 2. We flipped the page for the third, the Oktoberfest on Saturday, the 22nd of October handicap. Always a good day here at Fanny Bay, the Oktoberfest celebration in the big pavilion. So book your tickets and get into that big day of racing here. This is a benchmark 76 over 1,200 metres. Really good field, could easily double as a carnival race. There's some smart horses going around, and my numbers here are 5, 4 and 2. Did a really good job during the carnival, did number 5, Rising Sphere. He's trained by Gary Clark and Jared Todd aboard. Clarkey had a good weekend last weekend in Darwin with a treble, and has a good chance here with Rising Sphere. Only raced 3 times in Darwin. 7th first up, then 2 really good wins later in the carnival. Was being aimed at the Palmerston, this horse, but suffered an injury on his way to Darwin and just set him back that little bit. But watch out for him going forward. I think he's a smart horse. Number 5, Rising Sphere for me. Ahead of number 4, Cielo Doro, Phil Cole and Wayne Davis, the combo. And he had the 1 start in Darwin, and it was a really good win too in this grade over 1,000 metres. Goes up and trip to the 1,200, but I don't think that'll worry the horse given its pattern of racing. And I've got it in to run second. And then for third, number 2, Ideas Man. Paul Shires for Chris Nash was second to Cielo Doro last time out. Stepping up in trip, maybe the only question mark, hasn't yet won over the 1200 metres, but last time out really hit the line solidly over the 1000, so it looks like the extra trip won't worry him. Numbers in the third, 5, 4 and 2. The fourth is the Melbourne Cup on the 1st of November handicap. It's only just around the corner, as we know. This the 0 to 64 over the 1100 metres. Numbers here are 5, 1 and 3. Dreamweaver for me, racing really well for Chris Pollard, and Adam Nichols takes the mount here. Was a good second here 2 weeks ago behind Overruled. That was on the 27th of August over this trip, and in 0 to 64 grade. So the same grade again, same trip again, and I think Dreamweaver can continue on with some really good form of late. 5 on top. Ahead of a newcomer to Darwin, and a horse that came out of the Darwin Tried Horse Sale this year in All Stardom, trained by Chris Pollard, Casey Hunter aboard. It was bought for $37,000 by clients of the Pollard stable. It was the second top lot at the sale, and brings some pretty smart form here. 15 starts, 3 wins, 3 seconds and a third in Victoria. Has form at Pakenham and Sandown, on the synthetic as well down there. So I think first up on the track you could pay to keep it really safe. Number 1, All Stardom, in for second, and in for third, Expert Witness. Paul Shires for Tayan Halter. A winner 2 starts back, and then it was a winner 2 starts prior to that. It was a bit disappointing last time, I thought, but certainly if he puts it all together in his best form, he'll be right in the finish here. Numbers in the fourth, 5, 1 and 3. And the last, the highgain.com.au handicap. Good supporters of our off-the-track program here in the top end, Highgain, and this race named after them. It's a 1,000-metre sprint. It's for the 0 to 58 gallopers, and my numbers here are 3, 1 and 7. Did a good job leading all the way last time out to win. Minister, number 3, trained by Jason Manning, of course. Vanessa Arnott rode last time. She's suspended at the present time, and Paul Shires takes them out. He could be in for a fair day, she is. He's got some good rides. And Minister was good, winning over this trip of 1,000 metres in Class 2 grade. Similar grade here, the 0 to 58. No reason that Minister can't go back-to-back the 4-year-old, and he's drawn a nice gate. So 3 on top for me. Ahead of 1, Shenanigan City. Jared Todd for Gary Clark. Been a bit disappointing, this horse, but I thought last start was a better run. Finished 4th behind Overruled, only beaten 3.5 lengths over 1,100. Drops back in trip, that's maybe the only question mark, but I just like the way he performed last time out. Could be getting back to something like his best form. And in for third, number 7, Little Kibo, has plenty of speed. Sonia Wiseman for Tom Logan's, only had the 2 starts in the top end for 2 4th placings, and last time out copped a nasty check at a vital stage of the race, so I think allow another chance, Little Kibo. Numbers in the last, 3, 1 and 7. Best bet of the day, and what's a tricky card I found, race 2, number 4, Champs d'Or. Race 2, number 4, Champs d'Or, to continue the good run being experienced by Nash. He's having a good run with only a small team. While the best roughies in the first, race 1, number 1, Brahmavi Ruboy. Race 1, number 1, Brahmavi Ruboy. Well, that wraps up this edition of Top End Track Talk, and as mentioned earlier, we now take a 3-week hiatus before racing resumes back in Darwin on the 1st of October. The year is certainly flying by, and before you know it, that first Tuesday in November will be upon us. That's Melbourne Cup Day. But until next time, good luck and good punting.